Welcome back to Medical Monday. I'm here with Dr. David Gnewikow from Advanced Hearing Solutions. We have about 5 more minutes or so where you can call and ask questions. Michael, I know you were on the line and we were taking a little while. If you want to call back in, we'll get right to you, I promise, this time. So go ahead and give us a call. Numbers on the screen, 615-737-PLUS. One of the things that I have learned from you in doing this show with you a couple of times now about the 30-day or 60-day time period that people truly get to test out hearing aids.
Right.
At no obligation. They need to know about that.
Yes, so, you know, I think that's one of the biggest. People say, well, how do you talk somebody into coming to see you? You were telling me in the break you had a family member.
Yes.
I have people ask me that all the time. And one of the, I think the easiest ways to do that is say, look, we're going to let you experience this in the real world. I can do a demo in my office and you could come in and I could set things up and make it all nice and you could hear me talk to you from the other side of the room. That's fine, but the real test is riding in the car with the kids in the back seat. You know, the real test is going to a noisy restaurant. The real test is loud music. How do these things adapt when something sudden happens? And I want people to experience that in all of their normal, in their job, in their home, in their church, with their family, with their friends. I want people to experience that in the real world so that they can really make a good assessment of the benefits and the limitations of it. And so, going back to what you said, there is a federal mandate that hearing aids are fit with a trial period. That is, I cannot sell you some hearing aids and say, tough luck, you paid for them, I'm out. I'm required to give you the right to return those hearing aids within 30 days or 45 days. The numbers can vary, but it is required that there's a trial period. Now, the government does not require that it's free. So I could say, well, I'm going to sell you some hearing aids and we will return 70% of your money if you decide to return them. The one thing I'll say on this to those folks out there watching is, if you are in that process, be sure that you understand what those terms are.
Yes.
Because I've had a lot of patients. I had a lady come in, I think I probably shared this on the show, that had some for 3 weeks and they were completely the wrong thing for her. Not appropriate for a hearing loss, didn't fit her ears. I mean, everything was done very, very badly. And I said, you know, why don't you just take them back and ask for your money back? She said, well, I can't do that. I've already paid for them. I said, it hasn't been 30 days, and there's a law that you can do that. And she ended up doing that. We ended up helping her get something that was a little bit more appropriate. But it is not a law, sorry, going back, I got sidetracked there. It is not a law that is done for free. In our practice at Advanced Hearing Solutions, we do that. So we do give people the right to try them. Zero financial obligation. The only thing we ask for is a security deposit so that I know I'll see my hearing aids again when somebody wanders off with them. But that deposit's 100% refundable. And that gives me some security that they'll bring my hearing aids back, but it also gives them some security that, okay, I believe this is going to work, my family is behind me, but I want to know that I'm going to hear better. I want to know that I can go out to a restaurant. I want to know that I can understand the TV. I want to know that I can hear on my phone. That way you really know how you're going to do, and there's no question of what the benefits are. And that doesn't mean that at the end of 30 or 45 days it's tough luck out the door. As I've already shared, we take care of patients as long as they want to come see us, but that is a very important part of the process. And I think sometimes, and again, I don't know this, just from what I've heard, feedback from our patients, that may not be communicated clearly so that people don't know that they have that right. So certainly that's an important concept to understand.
Two other things I think are important for folks to know is that there are audiologists and there are folks who can fit hearing aids who are not audiologists.
Correct.
If you can explain that.
Sure. So I'll tread on thin ice there.
Right.
So I'm an audiologist. I have a master's degree and a doctorate from Vanderbilt. The entry-level degree for an audiologist is a doctoral level degree. So 4 years of college and 4 years of postgraduate or post-college work, which is clinical and research and really understanding the anatomy, the physiology. We talk about pathologies and reasons that we need to make medical referrals. So going to school to be an audiologist is not 4 years of learning how to sell a hearing aid. It is understanding everything about the auditory system, how the brain works, how the physiology works. I could go on and bore everybody to death with all the details. So a lot of places that you go to get a hearing aid, you are seeing an audiologist. If it is Dr. So-and-so, it's likely that you are seeing an audiologist. There's another group that are licensed to fit and sell hearing aids. They're called a hearing instrument specialist. You'll see the initials HIS or BC, which stands for Board Certified HIS Hearing Instrument Specialist. By no means am I saying that those are bad people or that they don't have your best interest at heart, but a hearing instrument specialist does not have any formal training, and when I say formal training, I mean academic training in hearing. They are required to have I believe it is an associate's degree in something from a university, as well as some training on the job and an internship or apprenticeship with another hearing instrument specialist.
Okay.
Does that help?
It helps a lot. We're going to come back and wrap things up. Get out your pen and paper. I'll tell you where to find Dr. David Gnewikow next. Stay with us.